Hello and welcome to Sansad TV. You're watching Today in Parliament with the host Rajat Kane. Let's have a look at the top headlines. Rajya Sabha adjourned till 2 p.m. Opposition MPs insist on urgent discussion on farm reforms law despite Chair's suggestion to take it up during discussion on the working of Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare. Well, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu apprises members about launch of AZADI ka AMRUT MAHOTSAV to commemorate 75 years of India's independence. Grand festival to celebrate 75 locations for 75 weeks, beginning March 12th. An Arbitration and Conciliation Amendment Bill 2021 and National Institutes of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management Bill 2019 listed for consideration and passing in the Upper House today. Well, news in details now. The proceedings of the Upper House in the pre-lunch session were washed away due to repeated protests by the opposition members on the farmers' issue. Chairman Naidu urged members to allow the House to function and take up the cause during discussion on the working of Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare. The issue has already been discussed in the first half of budget session. As the House met for the day, leader of opposition demanded discussion under the Rule 267 on the farmers' issue. Chairman Naidu disallowed the notice and urged members to take up 0 hour.
You can't dictate to me. Notice is after 0 hour.
Sir, we have already given a notice under Rule 267. Nearly our 4 young leaders that regarding farmers' issue problem and whatever 3 laws are passed in this house, and against that the farmers of Punjab, Haryana, Western UP and throughout the country, they may not be visible here, but
we are not discussing the issue. You just
no,
want
we are
to
not.
control.
Sir, I am requesting you allow under 267 rule to discuss this issue so that thoroughly we can discuss. Let the government take whatever decision.
Okay,
Till then, no, it will not be fair without taking notice of these 3. We can't proceed, sir. That's why I request you to suspend all the rules and take it.
Rules 267, I have gone through it. Sri Deependra Huda, Professor Manoj Kumar Jha, Sri Tiruchit Siva, Sri Rajiv Satov, Sri Pratap Singh Bajwa. They have given notice about the farmers. Just whatever notice I have received, I am talking about it. About the farmers' issue and the need to discuss it and to suspend the other business of the House. And subsequently, Mr. Ashok Siddhartha has given a notice again on the issue of petroleum prices and the price rise. That we have already disposed of yesterday. About these 4 notices also, I would like to tell this House, in this session itself, first part itself, has discussed about farmers' issue and farmers' agitation, and then we have taken it up. So I am not going to allow it. I have disallowed the notice, and there are. Sanjay, you go to your seat. No, you go to your. ये रिकॉर्ड में नहीं जाएगा. ये रिकॉर्ड में नहीं जाएगा. So no, you don't want discussion. You have discussion on farmers, Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. food processing. This is listed for discussion, and almost I think 2 hours or 3 hours is given.
Well, as the protest continued, Chairman said the disruptions will not do justice to the cause of the farmers. As opposition refused to relent, Chairman adjourned the House till noon.
Almost 12 hours on the appropriation bill and finance bill, where you can raise all the...
Well, question hour was also stalled due to repeated disruptions. Deputy Chairman adjourned the House till 2 p.m.
Question number 167. Sudden is
Well, our correspondent Kriti Mishra She joins us straight from the Parliament. Kriti, many thanks for joining us. You've been covering these sessions. And what all happened in the days so far?
Well, Rajat, the disruptions continued today as well. And as you know, that the opposition has been raising the issue of farmers' protests and fuel prices and tendering notice under 267, which gives way for suspension of business of the day to take up discussion on a particular matter. Earlier, also yesterday and day before as well, you might recall that Chairman had disallowed the notice, saying that these issues can be discussed threadbare during discussion on the financial bills as well as the appropriation bills. Now today, as the LOP said that 267 should be invoked for discussing farmers' issue, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu clarified that this issue can be discussed in detail while discussing the working of the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare. He also reiterated this sense that the members must focus on discussion and not disruption. He also said that disruptions will not serve the cause of the farmers. He urged the members to allow the other members to take up the 0 hour, because 18 members had given 0 hour submissions. And thereafter, even in the question hour was stalled because of repeated disruptions and the business could not take place. Now, in the post-lunch session, there are important bills to be taken up, like the Reconciliation and Arbitration Bill, and also the bill on the National Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management. There are also discussion slated on the working of the ministries. So it remains to be seen how day pans out in the second half. Over to you, Rajat. Right.
Kriti, many thanks. But stay on with us. We'll come back to you soon, right after a couple of stories. But just stay on with us, yeah. Well, moving on, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu apprised the members about the launch of AZADI Ka AMRUT MAHOTSAV from Gujarat to commemorate 75 years of India's independence. MAHOTSAV will commence from 12th of March 2021 and will continue till 15th of August 2023 and will start from Sabarmati Ashram in Ahmedabad.
As you are aware, this year 2021, we shall be entering into the 75th year of our independence. To mark this occasion, the Government of India has planned AZADI Ka AMRUT MAHOTSAV from 12th March 2021, which will continue till 15th August 2023. Please, these celebrations are to be dotted with several events, exhibitions, social media campaigns, virtual shows and site events across all the states and union territories of the country. The Mahotsav will commence on 12th March 2021 with the Padayatra from Sabarmati to Dandi, stretching over 24 days and culminating on 5th April 2021, thus following the footsteps of Bapu to commemorate this historic Dandi march undertaken by Bapu in 1930 during the aforesaid period. The 75th year of our independence indeed is a special occasion for all of us and citizens of our country, and AZADI Ka AMRUT MAHOTSAV will definitely add to the ethos, values, spirit of freedom we all cherish. I urge upon the honourable members to take part in the Mahotsav in large numbers and in various capacities in their own respective areas and spread the values and ideals which our freedom fighters always stood for and helped our country gain freedom from the yoke of colonial rule.
Well, Minister of State of Parliamentary Affairs V. Muralidharan made a statement regarding government business for next week. Crucial bills pending in Rajya Sabha and bills passed by Lok Sabha are slated to be taken up.
1. Consideration of any items of government business carried over from today's order paper. That is, it contains statutory resolution seeking disapproval of the Arbitration and Conciliation Amendment Ordinance 2020, number 14 of 2020, promulgated by the President of India on the 4th November 2020, and consideration passing of the Arbitration and Conciliation Amendment Bill 2020 as passed by Lok Sabha. 2. Discussion on the working of the Ministry of Jal Shakti, discussion on the working of the Ministry of Railways, consideration and passing of the National Institute of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management Bill 2019. Second item, discussion on the working of the following ministries: tourism, food processing industries, agriculture and farmers welfare and rural development, both to be discussed together, and tribal affairs. Item number 3, consideration and return of the appropriation bills relating to the following demands after they are passed by Lok Sabha. 1. Demand for grants for 2021-22 and supplementary demands for grants for 2020-21. Both may be discussed together. Item number 4, consideration and passing of the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Bill 2020 as passed by Lok Sabha.
Well, Rajya Sabha adopted a motion to nominate members to associate with Committee on Public Accounts of Lok Sabha. The committee is headed by Lok Sabha MP Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. MOS Parliamentary Affairs P. Muralidharan moved a motion to nominate 7 members from the upper house from May 2021 till 30th of April 2022. The upper house adopted a motion for election to Committee on Public Undertaking headed by Lok Sabha MP Meenakshi Lekhi. The upper house also adopted a motion for election to Committee on the Welfare of Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes. The committee examines measures taken by the government to secure due representation of Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe in services and posts under its control. The committee is headed by BJP's Lok Sabha MP Kirit Premji Bhai Solanki. Well, moving on, 2 bills are listed in the upper house for consideration and passing, which include the Arbitration and Conciliation Amendment Bill 2021 and the National Institutes of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management Bill 2019. Kriti Mishra continues with us. Kriti, thanks for staying on with us. Justice, could you update our viewers as to what these 2 legislations are and how important they are?
Well, Rajat, you know, this important bill, which is the Conciliation and Arbitration and Conciliation Bill, this bill has already been passed by the Lok Sabha. Remember, the aim of Government of India is to make India a hub of international arbitration. So this is a very important amendment bill which will prevent fly-by-night operators from coming into the business and also ensure that the taxpayers' money is not misused. So this is a very important bill, and also when it was getting passed in the Lok Sabha, Ravi Shankar Prasad, who's the Law and Justice Minister, said that India would emerge as an important center of arbitration. So this important bill would be taken up in the Rajya Sabha today, and this seeks to replace the ordinance that was promulgated earlier by the government. There's another important bill, which is the National Institute for Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management, which provides for giving a national importance to the institutes in Kondli in Haryana and Thanjavur in Tamil Nadu. So these 2 important bills are slated to be taken up in the upper house today. Rajat?
Right. Kriti, many thanks for joining us, and of course, taking our viewers as to what will happen and what are we expecting to see in the upper house when it resumes for business. Well, time for a short break. More on the other side. Stay tuned.
क्या आप जानते हैं कि वित्त कौन करता है? आपके विकल्प है: ए. राष्ट्रपति संविधान के अनुच्छेद 280 के तहत, बी. संसद, सी. कानून मंत्री और डी. प्रधानमंत्री।
सही जवाब देखिए आज रात 8:30 बजे सिर्फ राज्यसभा टीवी पर।
आइए कोरोना से लड़ने के लिए एकजुट हों। हमेशा याद रखें, मास्क जरूर पहनें, हाथ साफ करते रहें, 2 गज की दूरी रखें। याद रखें, जब तक दवाई नहीं तब तक ढिलाई नहीं।
Article 20 of the Constitution provides for 3 protections in relation to the conviction of offences. First, any person will be punished only for violation of applicable law at the time of committing the offence. Second, one will be punished only once for a crime. And third, no one will be forced to testify against himself in the court.
Welcome back to Sansad TV. You're watching Today in Parliament. Well, moving on to business in Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha took up discussion on the National Capital Territory of Delhi Law's Special Provision Second Amendment Bill 2021 for considering and passing. The bill amends the National Capital Territory of Delhi Law Special Provision Second Act 2011 as passed by Rajya Sabha. While earlier in the day, lower house was adjourned till 12:30 after opposition members demanded withdrawal of 3 farm laws. Speaker Om Birla repeatedly asked the members to allow house proceedings to function smoothly as slogans continued. Question hour lasted a little more than 30 minutes and Speaker adjourned the house till 12:30 p.m. Well, that's it in Today in Parliament. Stay tuned to Sansad TV. Thank you. Goodbye.